Hey people, how you doing? Big shout out to everyone. I'm still pissed as hell, here to talk about the 2025 Belgian Grand Prix at Spa-Francorchamps. Race on Sunday. What a boring ass weekend. Empty races, rain that stopped everything, cause the FIA is apparently allergic to water, and a show that didn't live up to a track like Spa. Let's dive into what went down this weekend. Drop in the comments if you're as disappointed as me, or if you found something worth saving. Let's do this. Friday kicked off with just one practice, cause of the sprint format. Piastri set the fastest time with his McLaren, half a second ahead of Verstappen and Norris. Same old story, McLaren's dominating, Red Bull's lost since Newey and Horner left, and Ferrari's still searching for direction. The worst was the weather forecast, rain all weekend. I could already see the disaster coming, cause in 2025, F1 still doesn't know what to do when it rains. Then came the sprint quali, where Piastri grabbed pole followed by Verstappen and Norris. Some drivers pulled rookie mistakes you don't expect at Spa, starting with Hamilton, who got knocked out in SQ1 after speeding at the final chicane, something I've rarely seen. Kimi Antonelli also got eliminated in SQ1 with his Mercedes, and his teammate George Russell couldn't get past SQ2. Not much else happened. It ended up predictable in SQ3, with Piastri taking first and Verstappen in second, almost half a second back. Saturday's sprint race was a 15-lap snooze fest. Verstappen used the slipstream on Camel Straight to pass Piastri at turn 1 and took the win, with McLaren's Piastri and Norris behind. Zero overtakes among the leaders, zero excitement, zero anything. Honestly, it was just a parade, more like an exhibition than a race. Same old problem, who gives a crap about sprint races? Nobody raced, no strategy, nothing. The only change to make it interesting would be a reverse grid for the top 10 maybe, cause if we keep going like this we're just wasting time. Quali for the main race didn't make things better. Norris took pole followed by Piastri and Leclerc, while Verstappen got P4. McLaren's in another galaxy, but the rest of the grid was pathetic. Hamilton out in Q1 again, his fault for going off track limits on his lap. Then you had both Aston Martin's Alonso and Stroll finishing dead last. Great job, team. Yuki Tsunoda finally made Q3 and ended P7, and Alex Albon pulled a killer lap to finish P5, just ahead of Russell's Mercedes. Before we talk about the race, let's focus on how the FIA managed the rain, which was an absolute disgrace. How is it that in 2025, with the safest cars, safest tracks, top tech, we can't race in the rain? It's shameful. They delayed the main race by an hour for a drizzle that didn't justify the drama. The sun was out, and it still took them half an hour to start. The main issue, as always, is piss poor visibility, with cars kicking up too much spray. Let's hope this situation changes in the future, but the way things are going, it won't be soon. Sunday's main race was another nail in the coffin. Piastri won, followed by Norris for a McLaren 1-2, with Leclerc grabbing another podium. A race that was basically dry, with no real strategy variety, hardly any changes up front, even though it looked like there could have been a fight. Nothing happened, absolutely nothing. As for the race itself, it was a disaster, and barely any overtakes, nothing going on. Most teams, or at least a majority, called their drivers in for one stop and that was it. Save tires, save energy and all that bullshit. Honestly, this kills the spectacle. It's always about managing tires, not pushing too hard, and other crap that murders racing. Nobody risks, nobody does anything, everyone plays it safe. In the Drivers' Championship, Oscar Piastri stretches his lead with the win, now 16 points ahead of his teammate Norris. Verstappen third with 185 points, can't even dream of catching them. Red Bull's in a crisis since losing Newey on Horner, and Ferrari can't find the pace to compete. In the Constructors' Championship, well, not much to say. We know McLaren's gonna win it, but there might be a decent fight between Mercedes and Ferrari for second. But I don't see Red Bull in it. What's left after this weekend? A bitter taste, a boring, predictable race, and once again, we see they can't race in the rain. The next stop is the Hungarian Grand Prix next weekend at Budapest, and given its layout, I'm already expecting another dull race. Drop in the comments what you thought of this Grand Prix, and if you think F1 or the FIA can turn this boring race situation around with the 2026 rules. Subscribe, hit the bell, and see you next time.